Hello, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm gonna give you my Moicano versus Duncan picks. I'm also gonna rant about a couple other things because I'm just very upset. If you're wondering, this is a Michigan Wolverines jersey because they play Arizona in the Final Four in a few hours. If they lose that game, you may not see me again. So let's get right into it. This fucking card sucks, dude. Let me move the face cam so you guys can actually see. This fucking card could be the worst card in the past few years. What could be worse than this? So not only is this a horrific main event, even though I love Chris Duncan and Moicano has some interesting fights under his belt as well, this shit sucks, dude. Like, this is barely even a main card fight. This is a main card opener of a fight night, let alone, or sorry, not even a fucking main event. This is disgusting. I've never seen worse than this. You mean to tell me you couldn't get one better fight than this? You couldn't get, I don't even know, man. I'm going to pick Chris Duncan by round 2 KO. Moicano hasn't really looked good in his last couple fights. He gets clipped a lot. Chris Duncan is extremely well-rounded, very durable. He's very hard to finish. He has big power in his hands, great jiu-jitsu, good takedown defense, great kicks. Like, what the fuck is Moicano going to do? He's just gonna he's gonna grab a body lock and then trip him and then just fucking like, are we serious, dude? Like, it's not like Chris Duncan has never grappled before. He has very good jiu-jitsu, great power. Like I said, all of the 20 advantages that Chris Duncan has, I just listed. I literally don't know how Moicano can win this fight. But he has not looked good since his Benoit Saint-Denis fight. Looked bad against Islam. Looked horrible against Beneil Dariush. I don't know. I mean, he also hasn't just looked that... Like, even when he fought Drew Dober a couple years ago, didn't look that good. Against Jalen Turner, he should have got finished, but Jalen Turner's a dumbass. Renato Moicano kind of, slithered his way into the top 7, top 10 at the time. Because I don't know if you guys remember this. There was real talks that, oh, what if this guy can make it in the top 2, top 3? And then we rightfully realized that, yeah, this guy's not fucking good at all. Okay, I know that 99% of people didn't say this, but when he stepped in for for Arman against Islam, he was supposed to fight, I think, Dariush that time. And there was talks like, dude, Moicano's going to destroy him, and then he's going to fight for the belt next. Like, I'll be like, Money Moicano's different. He's on this crazy run. Bro, get the fuck out of here, please. But no, I'm dead serious. There were real talks. And people were like, oh my gosh, what if Moicano flukes a sub against Islam? There was not a lot of people that said that, but there was a couple, okay? Virna Jandiroba versus Tabitha Ricci. I'm going to pick Virna Jandiroba by decision. Tabitha Ricci's solid, but what does she do better than Virna Jandiroba? Doesn't have better jiu-jitsu. She's got better power, for whatever that's worth. Like, this is a very easy Virna Jandiroba pick. Her fight against Mackenzie Dern was very close. I'm going to pick Virna Jandiroba by decision. Abdul Rahman Yakyayev versus Brenson Ribeiro. Abdul Rahman Yakyayev missed weight. Not good. Everybody was super hype about this guy because he beat Rafael Cerqueda. Welcome to the fucking club, dude. There's about 6 other people that have done that. I mean, Abdul Rahman Yakyayev is going to win this fight by KO, probably in round 2. Brenson Ribeiro I want to say he's lost 2 in a row. Or no, he's 1-1 in his last 2. Let me do a live fact check on this as I do. Could I click on his name, please? No? Not going to let me do this. There we go. I believe he's 1-1 in his last 2. 0-2. So yeah, he had looked shitty against Umar Sy, and then Mirzakhanov just ran through him because Mirzakhanov is going to be a future champion. Yeah, he tapped out DR Nurgazhai, DR Nurgazhai in a fairly back-and-forth fight. Yeah, Abdul Rahman Yakyayev submitted and destroyed, what the fuck's his name? I just said it. Rafael Cerqueda in 30 seconds. Very impressive. But, like I said, welcome to the club. Everybody has destroyed Rafael Cerqueda. Modestas Pakauskas has done it. Ibo Aslan has done it. Not Ibo Aslan, I'm sorry. Yeah, Abdul Rahman Yakyayev is just going to clip Brenson Ribeiro in the first round, probably. I would say within the first 2 minutes. I don't really think Brenson Ribeiro is good in any way. I try to not be super negative about these guys, but sometimes you just got to tell it like it is. So I'm picking Abdul Rahman Yakyayev by KO. He missed weight, though. We do need to talk about this. He missed weight, okay? Ethan Ewing versus Rafael Esteban. Ethan Ewing back at his weight class because he fought Malcolm Wellmaker at 145 because it was a short notice fight. Rafael Estevam missed flyweight a couple times, moved up to bantamweight, and missed bantamweight. So he's out of the UFC for sure, even though he's 14-0. Even if he submits Ethan Ewing and gets him out of there and becomes 15-0, he's still out of the UFC. You cannot miss weight 3 fucking times, let alone 3 times in 4 fights. But I think I'm going to pick Ethan Ewing by decision here. Rafael Estevam is okay. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He's a pretty bad striker. He's high volume, looks decent, doesn't really mix it up. He's very basic. He just headhunts the whole time. Ethan Ewing is a very skilled boxer, very skilled kickboxer. Of course, we saw that against Malcolm Wellmaker in his UFC debut on short notice, on 2 days' notice in Madison Square Garden. Like, what the fuck? Could you imagine the pressure of, you're just a guy in Southern California, you know, you got some fights, I think it was 8-0, right? He was 8-0 at the time? Correct? Of course they don't. Oh yeah. Sorry, he was 8-2. I'm sorry. He's 8-2. He's out in Southern California doing his thing. Gets the call, flies out to New York City, makes weight, and puts on a fucking show against a guy who is a -800, a guy who's touted as the next star, the real Sean O'Malley. You know what I mean? Everybody was calling him that goofy nickname. So I'm gonna pick Ethan Ewing by decision because, like I said, he is the much more busy striker. He has better power. You didn't really see his power too much at 145 because it was at 145, but when it's at 135, you kind of see it. He has a nice right hand, very good kickboxer. Like I said, Rafael Estevam is just born. Like, what can Rafael Estevam has zero ability to do damage to you. I'm telling you, if I stood with Rafael Estevam, he could not knock me out. I'm entirely speaking in hyperbole when I say that. He'd probably fucking chin me in 2 seconds. But Rafael Estevam has no ability to do damage to anybody. I'm picking Ethan Ewing. He's got a big fucking skull on him, big cranium on him. He's got decent head movement. I'm picking Ethan Ewing. Tommy McMillan, Manolo Zucchini. Manolo Zucchini, one of the 2 Italian fighters in the UFC, not representing really well because in his only UFC fight he got body kicked TKO'd by Morgan Charrier in September of 2023. I don't know where the fuck this guy's been. It's been 2.5 years, but now he's back against a guy, Tommy McMillan. A lot of people are saying he's the next Sean O'Malley because he trains with Sean O'Malley and because he got a win against a guy who's not that great in the Contender Series and a guy who almost finished him as well. I mean, he's a big featherweight. Like, he's 6 feet tall. He's got a massive reach advantage in this fight. I'm going to pick Tommy McMillan, but so many guys are saying that Tommy McMillan is this future top 5 guy. He's training with O'Malley. He's a knockout. He's going to be... Okay, can we calm down, please? Yeah, he's got funny tattoos. He has tattoos of good movies. Okay, so do I. What the fuck? I have a Godfather tattoo up here. So, you know what I mean? But, yeah, Tommy McMillan is good, for sure. Like, but can we just put the fucking brakes on this guy for 1 second? He's probably going to beat Manolo Zucchini, because Manolo Zucchini is kind of chinny and not amazing. But when he beats Manolo Zucchini, can we calm down and not say that he's going to be a future champion? Because just fucking stop for 1 second. What have we seen? He almost got finished by a Contender Series guy who's not even that good in his own right. But I'm going to pick Tommy McMillan by round 2 TKO. Should I go decision here? Tommy McMillan is a -1,000. That is fucking absurd. But yeah, I'm going to pick Tommy McMillan. But let's just pump the brakes on this guy. Jose Delano versus Robert Ruchala. Jose Delano is a very, it's like a very slender and narrow build. Good striker. Robert Ruchala last fought William Gomez. Didn't look great. It was back and forth, kind of. This is a fun fight. It was back and forth. But I'm going to pick Jose Delano by decision here. Pat Guilherme versus Thomas Peterson. Hot take, I'm picking Thomas Peterson. Pat Guilherme beat, oh my God, I can't think of the guy's name. He's a junior. I can't think of his fucking name. I just saw this like 2 hours ago. I mean, he's good. He's got decent power. Thomas Peterson has fought way better competition. I think he's a pretty solid striker. You know, he can kind of weigh on you in the clinch. I'm going to pick Thomas Peterson by decision. By the way, I didn't do like a 10-hour research on every single fighter, and oh, he fought this guy, and oh yeah, I'm just going straight off memory, by the way. Alessandro Costa, Stuart Nickel. Stuart Nickel sucks dick, I'm going to be honest with you. He's a funny guy. He'll put up some fun fights. He looked like shit against Jesus Aguilar. He looked like shit against... Oh my gosh, what's his name, dude? It's not Alden Correa. It's, Oh my gosh. Am I really gonna have to do a live fact check on here? I can't remember. What the fuck's his first, what is his first name? Lucas, I said Luis. Lucas Rocha. Sorry, I said Luis. What the fuck? Do that. Alright, let's go back. Yeah, I'm going to pick Alessandro Costa. Probably by finish here. Probably by TKO. Stuart Nickel is really tough, though. I will give that to him. He's an okay grappler, but this guy just fucking sucks. Like, he's a cool guy. He's got a nice mustache. Again, like when I say someone fucking sucks, I probably need to rephrase that because, yeah, he's not great, but I don't think I should be saying it like that because if ever, you know, by a strike of luck, these guys see this video, they're gonna say, oh wow, look at this random saying that I fucking suck. I'm never gonna talk to him. I'm gonna leave a hate comment on him. I'm gonna whatever because Jose Johnson actually. The flyweight Jose Johnson was leaving hate comments on my post. So maybe I need to be better with how I talk about these guys. But also, at the end of the day, I just want to tell the truth. Like, if you're not a good fighter, I'm going to say that. I'm not going to beat around the bush and say, oh, you know what, Stuart Nickel is lacking in this way, and in this skill. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be disingenuous, and I don't want to be a brown noser. I just want to tell you how it is. I'm picking Alessandro Costa by round 2 TKO. Lando Venata versus Darius Flowers. Darius Flowers missed weight, got submitted against Evan Elder, lost against Michael Johnson. I want to say he lost a fight before that as well. Lando Venata has fought like 4 times in 6 years. I'm probably going to pick Lando Venata here by decision. I don't know, and I don't really give a fuck. This card sucks so bad. Alice Pereira versus Haley Cohen. I'm going to pick Alice Pereira. She had a couple questionable moments in her last fight, but she did get the decision nod. Or no, she lost. I'm sorry, yeah, she lost to Montserrat Rendon. What the fuck? She had a couple good moments, but she lost. I totally forgot about that. I'm sorry. Haley Cohen. If you told me how many fights does she have in the UFC, I could not tell you. I'm picking Alice Pereira though. Azamat Bakoev versus Tresean Gore. You know, Azamat Bakoev is like a minus 1,000. Azamat Bakoev is definitely going to win this fight. But don't count out Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore is not just going to get taken down and ground and pounded and destroyed. I think he's really tough, and I actually think he's a big guy. He can stuff some takedowns. If Azamat Bakoev has problems taking him down, it could get a little interesting, okay? I'm not going to say that Tresean Gore wins this fight. I'm just saying it could get a little interesting. You could see Tresean Gore win a round. I don't know. I'm going to pick I'm going to pick Azamat Bakoev by round 2 TKO. Deone Barboza versus Melissa Gatto. I'm going to pick Melissa Gatto. Who gives a fuck? Dakota Hope versus Kai Kamaka III. I'm going to pick Dakota Hope by close decision. I want to say the betting lines are very even with this fight, but I'm going to pick Dakota Hope. This card fucking sucks, bro. Holy shit. And then you got the fake fucking hardcores in my comments saying, actually, this card's really good. You got this prospect, and you got Tommy McMillan, who's actually really good, and you got Pat Guilherme, who's going to show out, and actually, you're just a fucking casual. You don't... Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. You're not more of a fan than me because you're excited for this card. You are not excited for this card. You're not. I fucking know you're not. Even the most hardcore fan possible could not give a fuck about this card. I'm so sick and tired of the fake hardcore fans saying, bro's a casual. You don't care about Pat Guilherme. Bro, shut the fuck up, dude. You're trying so hard to fit in. Nobody cares that you appear to be more hardcore than somebody. I can assure you of that. Nobody's gonna read your comment and say, "Oh, dude, this guy's hardcore as fuck. He's excited about Lucas Rocha versus Stuart Nickel. Oh my god, this dude must be a fucking hardcore." Shut the fuck up, bro. You're a fucking pussy. The one thing that I don't like in this world, the thing that I hate the most in this world is dishonesty. You do not give a fuck about this card. You may be excited for a couple fights. You are not excited for this card. Stop fucking lying. Stop trying to appear like you're a hardcore fan to get brownie points on the internet. Just tell it like it is. You are allowed to criticize the UFC, I promise. I made a video a couple days ago talking about how shitty the UFC has been this year and how there's only been really one good card. Everybody was saying, bro's a casual. There's been 4 good cards. You don't even watch the fights. Shut the fuck up. You are not more hardcore than me because you think that these fights were more entertained. I have not missed a single fight on a single card in 4 years. So, fuck off with the casual term, bro. You're a casual. You actually don't care. This card was good because it has this fight. Shut the fuck up. Stop being so disingenuous, dude. You're allowed to criticize the UFC, I promise. I have not missed a fucking fight from top to bottom in 4 years. There will be nothing that can happen to make me not watch a fight. All these guys are saying, oh, just don't watch it if you hate it and stick it to the UFC. Bro, what the fuck? This is what I do. I make videos. I have a decent amount of followers, amount of followers that I'm proud of. I'm not just going to not watch the card. You think I'm going to make a video and say, all right, UFC Duncan versus Moicano just concluded. I didn't watch the card because I was trying to protest it. Like, what the fuck do you think this is, bro? Like, what do you think? What the fuck do you think's going on? I can't miss this fight because I love the fights so much. I love the UFC so much. There would literally be nothing that could go on that would make me not watch a fight. Maybe, if there's a shitty... Like, if Alice Pereira was the first fight of the night, I probably wouldn't tune in at 5 o'clock. I'd probably tune in at 5:25, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm sorry. I just went on a really emotional and fucking pussy rant. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm just very passionate about this fucking topic, and I can't stand when people are so disingenuous and you say, "Oh, dude, I'm excited for this card. Actually, I care about this card." No, the fuck you don't, bro. No one's giving you brownie points. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, this year has been really bad. Volkanovski Lopez. There was how many good fights were on this card? 3. You had a nice main, co-main, and featured fight. This was probably the worst fight I've ever seen. Fuck both of these guys. Quillen Salkild got a nice finish. Junior Tafa had a couple moments of success and then just threw the fight. Cam Rouston had a nice little finish here. UFC 325 was actually not too bad. This was a decent card, okay? I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Let's just look at each card of the year, okay? Okay. Is it going to bring me back to the back every single time? Oh, well. Bautista Oliveira. Are you going to watch any of these fights again? Okay, Kyoji Horiguchi, Amir Albazi. Super fun fight. This was a very dominant performance by Mario Bautista. Are you going to watch Almeida versus Rizvan Kuniev again? Are you going to watch Mikhail Oleksiejczuk versus Marc-Andre Barriou again? Even though it was a really fucking fun fight. This was a fucking scrap. Do you really care about this fight? Are you going to watch Gene Matsumoto, Farid Basharat again? This was a nice finish by Dustin Jacoby. Daniil Danchenko. This was a cool fight, but he kind of threw it away in the last round and near the end of the second round. I mean, super brutal finish by Nikolai Veretennikov. I mean, just some of these fights are just trash to me. Like Yakov Vikwac, I believe is how you say his name, got performance of the night over Muin Gafurov because he submitted him in the last second. I mean, if I remember correctly, this fight was going to be on the way to 2-1, so he was going to win this fight anyways. And I think Muin Gafurov was cheating in this fight too, right? Yeah, I mean, not a memorable card at all. UFC Houston sucked, bro. Like, this fucking card sucked. Main event was nice. Crazy KO by Uros Medic. Crazy KO by Melquiades Acosta. Nobody's going to rewatch this fight at all, I promise you. Jacoby Smith had a fucking brutal KO against Josiah Harrell. I actually think Josiah Harrell follows me on Instagram. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure. I'm doing a live fact check on this. I want to see. I swear, like I'm pretty positive he follows me. I don't even know what his name is. Josiah Harrell? He does. Zach Reese, Michel Bahia, this fight was cool for a round. Shitty and Jokawani, crazy fight actually. So maybe I'm kind of over hating on this card. This card wasn't as bad as I'm making it out to be, but it was still just like fucking average. Like this is a average card, 5 out of 10 card. UFC Mexico City was not too bad. You had a couple fun scraps on here. Main event was cool. This fight sucked. Shout out to Bobby Green. Edgar Chairez. Who the fuck cares? Emmanuel Rodriguez, crazy comeback win. I mean, who gives a fuck about this fight? I mean, Santiago Luna kind of did his thing, I guess. Ryan Ganja, Jose Medina, what the fuck was this fight? Eileen Perez, Macy Chasson, you don't remember a single thing about this fight. This fight fucking sucked. Holy shit. Javier Reyes, Douglas Silva de Andrade, who gives a fuck? It was a little bit of an early stoppage. Again, who gives a fuck though? Regina Turin was trash. Eric Silva, Francis Marshall. It's a cool finish by Francis Marshall. Shout out to him. Shout out to New Jersey as well. Always got a love for New Jersey. Damian Pinas had a nice performance against Wes Schultz. Wes Schultz, probably the worst fighter in the UFC. He actually just got a fight booked for an Apex card. UFC 326. Main event was very disappointing. Not what we expected. What the hell? Nah, wrong button. Main event was not what we expected. Still a decent fight, though. Shout out to Charles Oliveira. Caio Borralho, Reinier de Ritter. This fight was cool, I guess. I'll watch it for film purposes, but other than that, I would never rewatch this fight outside of film purposes. Raul Rosas Jr. and Rob Font. I don't give a fuck if it is for film purposes. I'm not rewatching this fight. Drew Dober, Michael Johnson. Nice KO by Drew Dober. RoboCop, crazy KO against Bruno Ferreira. We need to see the trilogy in 2 years. Cody Garbrandt, Zhao Long, this fight sucked. Dante Johnson, Cody Brundage, this fight fucking sucked. Alberto Montez, beautiful anaconda choke. But fucking destroyed this guy, by the way. Now, Jargo Tumendemberel versus Cody Durden. Fight sucked. Sumandarji, Jesus Aguilar, fight sucked. Disgusting decision-making by Rafael Tobias. I'm sorry, I just stuttered there. Yeah, this fight sucked. Luke Fernandez, Rodolfo Bellato. Man, I was really believing in Luke Fernandez. Shout out to New Jersey again. I was really believing in him. He looked really good in round 1, but then Rodolfo Bellato just caught him. Like, this fucking card was trash. Pay-per-view? That's a pay-per-view! Maybe I shouldn't call it that anymore, but... Emmanuel Vallejos, I mean, do we care about this at all? Main event was nice. Who gives a fuck about this fight? Who gives a fuck about this fight? Marwan Rahiki just got booked against... somebody good. I need to look this up now. He just got booked against somebody, like, it shouldn't have been made, because he was too against, well, no. Against Jack Jenkins, I guess that's a fine fight. I'm not really worried about that. Jack Jenkins has had a very tough go around it in the UFC. He's just been given 2 prospects. Ian Cutelaba versus Umar Sy. Very good performance by Ian Cutelaba. Charles Johnson, Bruno Silva. Fun first round. Other than that, I don't know. I thought this fight was a robbery, in my opinion. Miktabek Orobai took him down 20 times. Vitor Petrino, Stephen Asplund had a nice first round, and then it kind of fell off. Elijah Smith, beautiful finish. Balaji Oki, Manuel Sosa. This was a nice little fight. I wasn't too mad at it. Brad Tavares, Eric Anders. Trash fight. Trash fight. Trash fight. Trash. Like, what has been this year? If UFC 327 does not deliver, dude, that is bad. I see so many people, from comment sections to group chats I'm in to people making videos about it. The fan base for the UFC is dying. Straight up. It is straight up dying. Nobody is passionate about the UFC anymore outside of a select few. Nobody's getting excited for these cards. The UFC is deleting accounts. And all these cards are so trash. It's so hard for the average fan to be a part of this and to be wanting to tune in every week and wanting to do the research on each fighter. You know what I mean? I saw this video. I'm probably gonna make a video about this on Instagram. There was a guy on a podcast saying that when he first got into the UFC, it was because of Conor McGregor. And it was not because of Conor McGregor's fights, it was because of Conor McGregor's personality and his antics. There's no personalities, there's no antics, there's no attempt to make guys hate each other. There's no attempt to capitalize on the guys that do hate each other and maybe make a clippable moment, maybe put these guys next to each other in an interview. There's no effort in the showmanship of this fight, of this sport, which is what's really important. Nobody is going to give a fuck about Moicano versus Duncan at all. I'm telling you, if this was a pay-per-view, This would sell 700 pay-per-views. I promise you. There would be no more than 700 people that buy the pay-per-views for this horrible fucking card. The pay-per-view numbers for last year were dying as well. UFC 300 did 615,000. John Jones versus Cyril Gane did 850. That's very impressive. And that was 3 years ago. And then you take it to 2 years after that, UFC 300, the best card in UFC history. It did 615,000. That just goes to show that you need stars in this sport. You need stars, and we do not have any. Sorry, we have a couple, but obviously the stars fight twice a year. You need more stars. You need to capitalize on these stars. You don't just post a 30-minute highlight reel of Ilia Topuria getting KOs on YouTube. No, that's not how you build a star. You need to put, even though Sean Strickland says some controversial things and a lot of people don't like what he says, he brings eyes to the sport. That's what this sport needs, is eyes. It needs someone to tune in and say, oh my gosh, this Sean Strickland was talking crazy. Let me see how he's going to look against Khamzat Chimaev. And then if he wins, then you've got the Sean Strickland fans that are up in arms and they're super excited about it. If you have the people that don't like Sean Strickland, they're going to say, oh, let's fucking go. That cocksucker got what he deserved. You know, I'm super glad to see this guy lose. You know what I mean? It draws people in. You need people to be invested in this sport. Nobody is invested. Nobody could give a fuck about watching Moicano versus Duncan on a Saturday night. You're either, number one, going to watch any other sporting event, you're going to watch the Final Four, go Michigan, go Blue, or you're going to go out to a bar and do whatever the fuck you want to do. You're going to try to get a fucking number. You're going to try to get a chick's number. You're going to hang out with your friends. You're going to go to a club. You're going to watch baseball. You're going to watch the Dodgers today. You're going to watch the Final Four. You're going to watch the NBA near the end of the regular season. You know what I mean? No one's going to give a fuck about this. I don't know. That's my rant. Thank you for tuning in with me. Go to Instagram and TikTok at VinceMMA1. If you're a film and TV fan, mainly a Sopranos fan, go to VinceMedia1 on Instagram and TikTok. I just made a new account a couple weeks ago. It's doing some good numbers. Go to 3punchconvo.com. Use my code of VinceMMA for a first free month. And thank you so much for watching.